if you listen to the sounds, there are so many signs of human activities. Whether it's like cars passing by and they can be really far away and you can still hear them, or just like human voices and the footsteps, and just being aware that like we may have preserved them and maybe we feel good about that, but we're still having an impact on them even in sound. For the summer, we've been looking at soundscapes in a bunch of different areas in Colorado Springs, and we've just started looking more specifically at bats and looking for them in the audio files that we already have and going out and doing night transects to seek them out live. It's basically all the different sounds that you hear in one area. So the areas we're looking at are commercial, parks and open spaces, and residential. And as you can imagine, they're a little bit different between each one, whether that's like more cars or more birds, more insects, and that's like the differentiating factors between them, and looking at them helps us identify that and like provide evidence for what most people would be able to hypothesize. We're just proving it now.
So here we are.
From a city planning perspective, you know, the city is aware of trees and green spaces and thinks about that sort of things and making places where people can go and have recreation. And part of the cityscape is the soundscape, and thinking about areas that are quiet where you can have a little bit of peace and sit and, you know, watch the bees pollinate the flowers and listen to the birds. That's an important part of our lives. It enriches us. So this study provides concrete data that sort of helps think about those things.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. But you can see the stars.
It's very clear now.
It's very clear. I would say 5% again.
2 rattlesnakes.
At least for my opinion, I think the most important part is like urban planning and planning around the bats and the role that they play in the ecosystem that we are a part of. We live in our own ecosystems. We've just had an impact on them.
The soundscape is sort of can make us more aware of all the different bits and pieces in the world, that we should do things like appreciate the sound of leaves rustling and recognize that the cars are just roaring by all the time, and that's a major part of our daily lives, and we forget about that. And I think being aware that those things are there is valuable for us to sort of process being humans and where we want to go from here.